Hello and welcome back to my channel, Talented Reads. Today's video is going to be an update on where I'm at with all of my reading challenges. This is a Q2 update, so we're going to be talking about what I read for the months of April, May, and June, and then a combo of kind of a year-to-date update for the challenges. So the biggest overall challenge is just the number of books that I want to read in 2022, which I set my goal at 150 books. So in Q2, I've read a total of 60. Now, combining that with Q1 is a total of 120 books. So I'm at 80% of my goal and ahead of the game. I've been so happy with my reading this year, and this is by far the number of books I've ever read at the halfway point in the year. So I feel really engaged in my reading this year, so I'm very pleased. So let's run through my yearly challenges that I have, which is the bulk of the challenges that I'm doing. The first is the challenge with my two book besties in our book club, which is the CBBs, or the Cool Book Bitches. The challenge is to read a book for each of the 24 prompts. One prompt is to read 2 books, so there are actually a total of 25 books to be read. In Q2, I read 7 books. Combining this quarter with last quarter, it's a total of 22 books read so far this year, which is 88% of the way completed and ahead of the game. Next is the Buzzword challenge hosted by Books and Lala. I will link her channel in the description box. Each month there is a buzzword for a word in the title of the book. There are a total of 12 books to read. In Q2, I read 3 books. Combining this quarter with last quarter, that's a total of 6 books read, which is 50% of the way completed and on track. All right. Next is the 52 book challenge, which is hosted by the 52 Book Club. If you couldn't tell from the title, there are a total of 52 books. In Q2, I have read 19. Combining this quarter's number with last quarter, it's a total of 32 books read, which is 62% of the way completed and on track. I also wanted to note that during the month of April and June, there were bonus mini challenges, each with 3 prompts. So though not included in my overall stats, I did complete 5 of the 6 bonus prompts. Woohoo! Books in the Freezer Reading Challenge is hosted by Steph from the Books in the Freezer podcast. The challenge is to read a book for each prompt. There are a total of 12 books, and in Q2 I read 6. Combining this quarter with last quarter, that's a total of 9 books read so far this year, which is 75% of the way completed and ahead of the game. Next is the Book of the Month Reading Challenge. This is actually hosted by the Book of the Month subscription box. This one is a little different since they do it based on badges to earn, but in total there's 16 books, and in Q2 I have read 9. Combining this quarter with last quarter, that's a total of 13 books, which is 81% of the way completed and ahead of the game. I am actually trying to finish this one before the end of the year because this year they have a bonus badge which doesn't open until you complete the other 3 badges. So I'm trying to knock this challenge out, and then that'll open up the bonus badge, and then hopefully I can complete the bonus badge before the end of the year. And this one's a little bit different since one book can count for more than 1 badge. So I've technically only read 10 books, but Book of the Month counts it as 13, so I am too. Next is the 12 challenge. This is to read 12 books recommended by 12 friends. In Q2, I read 3 books. So combining this quarter with last quarter, that's a total of 5 books and 42% of the way through and behind schedule. I was behind schedule last quarter, but just didn't quite catch up. So come on, Q3. The horror challenge is one where I picked a total of 5 books to read each month dedicated to a certain subgenre of horror. So that's a total of 60 books. And in Q2, I read 15. Combining this quarter's stats with the last quarter, that's a total of 30 books read so far this year, which is 50% of the way through and on track. Okay, so that's it for the yearly challenges. Let's go over the monthly challenges. These are kind of hard to plan ahead on how many books are needed because it's not really announced until that month. But let's just run through what happened in the second quarter. So with my CBB book club, we've done 2 monthly challenges. So that was a total of 17 books. There were 10 books from April's challenge and 7 books from May's challenge to complete. Of those 17 books, I read 17. So I'm at 100% and doing fine. I did a vlog for each of those monthly challenges. I will link those videos in the description box if you'd like to check them out. And lastly is the Magical ReadAthon hosted by Book Roast. I will link her channel in the description box. April was the spring equinox school quarter where we read books for prompts that went with our character's profession. My character is a necromancer, of course. So with that profession, I had to read 8 books for the spring equinox quarter, and I read 8. So I'm at 100% and doing fine for this one as well. The autumn equinox school quarter will be, I believe, in Q3. So I'll be reading another group of books for my profession, and I'm very excited to get to it. So that's it. So looking at Q2, I would say I'm doing good with all my challenges. Only behind in 1, but I'm really close to catching up. All of these books were talked about in depth during my monthly wrap-ups. So I will link that playlist in the description box for you to check out. That's it for today's video. I'm so happy with the reading I've done so far this year and excited for the next 3 months of reading. I cannot believe we are halfway through the year. That is just crazy. Now we're getting into my favorite reading season, which is, the end of Q3 will be coming into fall. And then, of course, you've got, the spooky reads for Halloween, and then the winter thrillers. I absolutely love those. So yeah, drop a comment below and let me know how your Q2 reading went. How are you feeling about everything? You got any good books, any favorites from Q2? I'd like to know about those so I can add them to my TBR pile. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.